Hello everyone, I'm Dean Karstens and welcome back to Dean's N-Scale Trains, the place where I take you along for the ride as I build an experiment with all things N-Scale. I'm standing here in front of my latest creation, the Santa Fe Northern, an L-shaped layout that I've been sharing with you for the past several months. Lately I've been diving into a brand new technique for making roads, printing out the road surfaces on a regular home printer. It's been fun to experiment and I've just about perfected some of the roads like these, but that's not what today's video is about. Today I'm excited to show off some brand new N-scale models from Whistle Stop Models. They're a US company producing incredibly detailed, highly accurate 3D printed models from O scale all the way down to Z. They sent me a handful of their pieces to check out and I've been itching to share them with you. Now if you've ever tried resin 3D printing yourself, you know it's a whole adventure. You're dealing with liquid resin, isopropyl alcohol, baths, gloves, curing, cleanup, the whole works. It's messy, it's time consuming, and it's definitely not for everyone. I've done it, and trust me, it takes commitment. But if you want the quality of resin prints without investing a few $100 and climbing that learning curve, Whistle Stop Models might be exactly what you're looking for. A quick disclaimer. I didn't buy these models, and I'm not affiliated with Whistle Stop Models in any way. They simply sent them over to see if I could use them, and I'm giving you my honest take. I think they'll look good on my roads. With that, let's take a quick look at them. So Whistle Stop has a large selection of models from cars to trucks to various industrial parts and even saguaro cacti. But this is what I got from them. A dump truck, another couple other trucks, dump truck and a flatbed truck, a very large billboard, a couple of cars, and this very nice tank and ladder assembly that goes with this tank truck. So let's take a look at them more thoroughly, look more closely. 3D models from resin are printed in layers. They start out with a flat plate for support. The platen moves up in very, very small increments, and each layer is printed out using UV light that activates the resin. It takes quite a while to make them. As you can see, they have what's called supports. Not only these very large supports, but I don't know if you can see very, very tiny, thin supports between the wheels and the body of the truck. So the hard part is removing them from these supports. First off, as you can see here, there's a very delicate mirror assembly. Unfortunately, I broke off the one on the other side when I was looking at these. You want to cut those apart very carefully. The rest of them can usually be removed just by bending that. You hear them coming off, and they come off very, very nice and clean. These things in the middle should just break away. I may have to trim these up. There they go. That one's gone. That one's gone. So there you have the finished model. But you see the detail here. It's quite nice. They have a little bit of residue that has to be washed off with water. But other than that, once they're cleaned up, they're ready to be painted. So the sizes of these models seem to be spot on for N scale. I measured some lengths, widths, and heights of one of their dual axle dump trucks. That's scaled out to 24 scale feet length, 18 scale feet width, and 10 feet height. I got some data from my go-to AI program, Copilot, and according to Copilot, the length of a typical mid-range dump truck is 24 to 26 feet. The width is 8 to 8.5 feet, and the height is 9 to 11 feet. So everything is just right for this model. As I said, the detail on these models is quite good. In fact, it's a little bit too good because you have to be very, very careful when you're handling them. I see there's a spew I haven't taken off. I'll just cut that off. Actually, when I picked up this truck, I dropped it on the floor and it fell apart. This part came off and 2 wheels came off, but I can glue that back together. That's not a problem. Another problem is telling what's the spew and what's the actual part of the model. It's a little bit difficult to tell here. A clue is there's a hole there and there's a hole here. So obviously this part's going to go in here, and these things from here across are spews, supports, and these are actual parts of the model. So I'm going to have to be careful when I take this apart. Let me try to clip those off. Now in the directions, he points out that if you heat these up in hot water, these come off a little bit easier. I didn't find that to be the case. I'm going to stop and take this offline while I do it. I'm finding if you take your clippers and go in there, they nicely pop off. There we go. Have to work on those a little bit. There you have that part. Now, I messed this up. I broke this a little. This stair set, this railing set. I will have to glue that back with super glue, but I think that will work. Okay, let's see what we can do here. This method seems to work. Okay, this is obviously a support. Let's try this way. There we go. All right, now these just break apart. And there we have how this is supposed to look. Now clean it up and glue it and stick it somewhere on my model railroad. So here are my quick comments on this line of N-scale models. The models are quite good and I really, really like them, but some of them have very, very delicate parts and you have to be careful when you're working with them. Finally, the supports can be difficult to identify and remove. He has a very long list, but I would like to see more if possible. So that's it for this video. As always, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel, Dean's N-Scale Trains. Thanks for watching. I really appreciate it.